Alchemy is the secret tradition of redemption of spirit from matter. It's an ancient and mystical practice of transmutation, the art of transformation of base metal into gold. Central to alchemical pursuits is the goal of creating the Philosopher's Stone, a legendary substance that possesses profound transformative powers. Alchemy emerged as a blend of philosophical, spiritual, and proto-scientific practices, seeking not only to transmute base metals into gold but also to unlock the secrets of immortality and spiritual enlightenment. One of the keys to understanding alchemy lies in its rich symbolism. The alchemical process is often depicted through intricate symbols. Alchemy symbolizes personal development, transformation, soul ascension, and the pursuit of higher knowledge. The concept of the Philosopher's Stone endures as a symbol of the unattainable and the infinite potential within each individual. The Ouroboros is emblematic serpent of ancient Egypt and Greece, represented with its tail and its mouth, a serpent eating its tail, depicting cyclic transformation, continually devouring itself and being reborn from itself. It is Gnostic and alchemical symbol that expresses the unity of all things, material and spiritual, which never disappear but perpetually change form in an eternal cycle of destruction and recreation. The Caduceus, which features two snakes winding around the staff with wings at the top, symbolizes the union of opposites. A symbol of Hermes and Mercury. The transcendence of opposite forces and achievement of higher state of consciousness. The moon embodies emotions, desires, creativity, passive aspects, and shadows. Sun represents courage, ego, action, the essence, light and brightness that shine out into the world. The sun and moon with Caduceus represent the union of sun and moon, which symbolize the ideal time for alchemical process. It's when moon transits one sun sign that happens once every month, lasting for about 2.5 days. The time of union for outer and inner projections of self. The vestibule of Hermetics. The hour of metamorphosis. The fiery phoenix rising from the ashes denotes the triumphant final stage of alchemist's work. These symbols reflect the alchemist's journey towards personal and spiritual transformation. Alchemy traditionally involves a triad of principles known as Tria Prima, the three essentials: Mercury, Sulphur, and Salt. The selection of sulfur, mercury, and salt as representative elements is not arbitrary but deeply rooted in profound symbolism. Each element embodies unique qualities that align with the three principles they represent. The significance of Tria Prima lies in its representation of the holistic nature of human existence. It suggests that the soul, spirit, and body are interconnected and interdependent, forming a cohesive whole. Alchemical philosophy teaches that true transformation and enlightenment can only be achieved when these three principles are harmoniously balanced. Sulfur is often associated with the principle of the soul, the fire of life, as sulfur burns blue when ignited. Sulfur possesses transformative properties. It symbolizes the fiery and passionate nature of the soul, which serves as the driving force behind personal growth and evolution, a catalyst for spiritual growth and progression. Mercury resonates with the principle of the spirit in alchemical symbolism, flexible and changing, elusive element representing the fluidity of consciousness, adaptable and with the capacity to transcend boundaries. The bridge between physical and the spiritual realms, embodying the transformative power of the mind and its ability to attain higher understanding. Salt represents the principle of physical body. A physical vessel, abode and conduit for soul and spirit. Spiritual alchemy is a play of energy, the transmutation of dense into radiant, ordinary into extraordinary, misery into bliss. Everything is made of energy, from animate to inanimate objects. Beyond the material body and physical manifestation, we're sophisticated infrastructure of energy. Energy in human can be divided into many types like emotional, mental, pranic, sexual and so on. Sexual energy, contrary to general perception, is not just some survival instinct to propagate the species but is vital force and life-creating energy which animates all living creatures. It is not limited or confined energy but a driving force that accompanies us throughout life, regenerating ourselves continuously. However, it cannot be used for anything other than momentary pleasure and procreation until it is purified and refined into a more elevated and potent energy. When combined with consciousness, it becomes elixir of life, the elixir vitae, an inner force, a cogent tool that can be directed for any purpose at will and a conduit to ascension and ageless living. Sexual energy needs to be subjected to alchemical agent sulfur. Sulfur is heavenly or secret fire, the divine spark in mankind. Red sulfur, sulfur vulgar, is the infernal fire inside the body, the earth, the beginning of great work which has to be turned into purified white sulfur. When sulfur is purified, it is subjected to the principle of Mercury. Mercury symbolizes fluidity. It represents the sublimation of energy, that is, channeling of energy upward along with energetic levels. Salt is third element in trinity of alchemical substance in great work. Sometimes it is spoken as bitter osea water. It refers to knowledge of self. Self-knowledge can be bitter or painful. In the beginning of great work, the salt is called impure. Here, it equals the earth, the body, our mundane consciousness or being. The impure salt has to be dissolved into divine fluidity by which it is purified. It happens by the transpiration and activation of principles of Mercury and sulfur. After levation of sulfur vulgar and ascent of prima materia, the process of alchemy catches momentum. Spirit and soul begin to intertwine. These two etheric streams begin to wind around each other like the trunks of two trees growing as one. It's the light of fire. The ambrosia, sacred secretion, milk and honey that transforms the element of salt. In albedo, salt arises as pure form. The symbol for wisdom, the breath of divine energy. This wisdom vilifies the invisible fire that energizes entire nature. For Paracelsus, salt was the balsam of the body produced to shield itself from decay. It also has been associated with the Ouroboros, astral body, and the stone. It represents the action of thought on matter, the final manifestation of perfected philosopher's stone, the glory of the whole universe. Alchemist can harness the energy of each emotion, the raw low vibrational energy, and transform it into higher spectrum of energy. Thus metamorphosis eventualizes, which transforms the individual into a new being of high vibration and clean aura. The chaos and old traumas become a source of ascension like a phoenix rising from its ashes. The process of alchemy sanctifies the individual, turning the animalistic individual into a pure transcendental force of universe. The alchemist becomes a conduit for universal knowledge and divine love. Every cell of alchemist's body bathes in light which heals and rejuvenates it. The alchemist can control and direct energy at will, manifesting the desired and purposeful life. Change is inevitable, but transformation is a choice. Transformation is an internal journey which manifests externally. The potential resides dormant in you. Tap into the alchemist within you and make gold of yourself.